TikTok. I trust you guys are good. Ooh, okay. Okay. Let's do this, guys. Welcome one, welcome all. I have to share my story. Oh, it's a lot. There we go. Yes. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome one, welcome all. Welcome once again. Oh, I look creepy looking up at TikTok. But then Facebook, bear with me. I'll be looking up at TikTok for the better part of the video. All right. Yes. Because TikTok is the one I use to post on YouTube. Right. But I don't know. Maybe we can spice it up. I don't know. Let's continue doing it, right? Okay, so yes, welcome everybody. Today we are on week 20 and we are talking finding joy in the everyday. Okay, so yes. It's a motherhood. This is a motherhood program whereby every Friday 1 p.m. South African Standard Time we mentor the feminine vessel, right? We take you through preparation for motherhood, what really is motherhood, what to expect in motherhood, and once you are in motherhood, we support you throughout the journey of motherhood, right? So this program is just something like that to support the feminine vessel, the girl child, and the mother. Okay, being a feminine vessel in this day and age is no man's joke. Okay, so yes, this program, it comes with a diary and a book. The diary is just a book where you jot down your emotions, what you're feeling, maybe what you were feeling throughout the week, what you're feeling right now during the session, what you want to learn or what not, right? So that diary is just for you to vent or to name whatever you're going through so that it loses control over you. It loosens its grip over you, right? So that's what the diary is for, and it has prompts, it has emotions at the back, because most of the time when you're a woman, your body is already working overtime, right? There are a lot of background functions happening on womanhood, right? So you may find that being a mother is even overbearing on your system, and you find that you can't even name your emotion. You're so numb to an extent that you don't even know what you're feeling, right? So you have emotions prompted to you at the back of the diary, so you can just copy and paste. Oh, okay, there's an emotion. Just paste it on whatever line you are writing on, and then state that, oh, after some time, when you feel like you have enough strength to elaborate or maybe name it your own way, then you can do it on your time, in your space, or in your free time. Okay, otherwise, and also there's a book that comes with this diary. This book is not necessarily for women, it's not just necessarily for mothers, right? It's for anybody born of a woman, whether you're old, young, and regardless of gender, regardless of race, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of anything you may feel or believe to be, right? This book helps you heal your inner childhood if you're now an adult and maybe you incurred childhood traumas in the past. So it helps you understand, name your traumas, and then heal them. It helped me, and I'm the author of this book, but I got helped by this book. So that's how powerful this book is. I'm not advertising it or anything. Yes, it's good. Yes, it deserves to be advertised, but I'm speaking truly from testimonials, right? It's what I felt when I was writing the book, right? It truly helped me heal. It helped me name what I felt when I was a child. It helped me name what I'm feeling right now, and it's helping me name what I will feel moving forward. Kindly tap the screen, my people, so that you can encourage the algorithm to propel the life. Okay. So yes, this book helps you name your emotions, understand your mental processings, go out there and take care of your physical life, right? It's just a holistic health book that literally holds your hand towards a joyous and fulfilling life, okay? It's called Born into Change. I have thousands and thousands of other books, so if you're interested in and knowing my books or just want to take a browse through, just WhatsApp the number on your screen. But then Facebook doesn't have the number on your screen, so just go to my profile or my bio and we'll take it from there. Okay. So yes, today we are talking about finding joy in the everyday. Finding joy in the everyday. Okay. So yes, for many mothers joy feels impossible when survival is crushed by money stress, right? Being broke or waking up to feed capitalism is no man's joke, right? So we live in a world whereby you can, I always say this and I feel like a broken record. We live in a world whereby you can either have it or not, right? The capitalistic system has made it so impossible to be a mother. You can never be both, right? You cannot be jack of all trades and master of all. There is something that will take your full energy, and there is something that will take the scraps, right? Even if we can go about beating the bush, consolidating and consoling ourselves that way I work and after work I try by all means to be a present mom, a good mom and all that. No, there will be something that takes more than 50% of your energy, and in this day and age it is the job, right? Because you want the money, or you feel like the money will be what will then make your kids to be happy, right? Yet that's not the case. Okay. So yes, we live in a world where you can be either or, and truth be told, capitalism has won. Right? For survival, you must go and have a job so that you can have money, so that you can provide for your children. So yes, in a world where you are broke, it's extremely hard to be a joyous and smiley or lovey-dovey mom, right? It's very close to impossible. But in the same breath, it is very sad for you to be that mom who wakes up in the morning, leave your kids to go and invest your aura and energy to a company that is owned by a stranger that doesn't even give an F about you, right? So either way you are losing as a mom, right? Either you're feeding capitalism or you are broke. So either way you're losing. The best thing you can do is just choose one and be content, right? I'm not here again to channel you as to which one to choose, but just choose whatever feels right with you and go with it, right? So what you are feeling with whatever choice you've made. Somebody may say, I chose this and I'm not feeling joy. I chose this, but still I'm not feeling joy, right? So what you're feeling is, it's not that you are depressed or that you're not grateful. It's something I've coined joy under siege, right? It's arrested joy. The joy is there, but it comes with conditions. Something is trying to cage the joy, right? It is there, but it's being caged. It's being oppressed, it's being suppressed, right? So it's joy under siege, right? Stress is dominant. Stress is 80%, right? Stress sounds the loudest, it's the loudest voice, right? It's the one that dictates your sleep, dictates your appetite, right? It dictates your mood, it dictates your energy, right? So right? It's 20% of your overall aura or your overall emotions. It doesn't mean that you don't have joy. It doesn't mean that you are stressed. It just means that you are 80% stressed and 20% joyful, right? So the joy is there. It's just dominated by stress, okay? So the 20% is just a flicker of rebellion. It reminds you that you are complete even without money, right? Remember, I said that you are stressed because we live in a world that is capitalistic and patriarchal, all right? You can never win as a mother, right? Either you go the capitalistic route and give in so that you can have money for sustenance, or you become a mom, you starve capitalism and focus your energy on your children, but then you'll be broke and you'll be miserable and you won't be able to afford what you likes, your wants and needs, right? But so it means that either way you're losing. Oh, and I forgot to advertise my earrings, guys. By the way, I'm wearing myself as usual, just like on every video you see of me. I'm always wearing myself. If you're interested, you want to learn how to make these, just WhatsApp the number on your screen and we'll take it from there. If you want to buy them at a wholesale price so that you can be a retailer, so that you can resell, right? Also text the number of your screen on the screen. Or if you just want to buy them and just wear them and look nice, then also text the number on your screen and we'll take it from there, right? So yes, either you learn how to make them, or you buy them in bulk so that you can resell them for profit, or you just buy them just to look good, okay? So yes. So I was saying that 20% is there. It's a 20% of joy. It's only oppressed and suppressed, right? So it's not that you are holistically stressed and hopeless. No, it's just that the joy is caged. It's there, but it's caged, okay? So both the stress and joy combined, they don't cancel each other out. Stress cages you, and joy is the flame inside the cage, right? It is there, it's caged, okay? So yes, now let's differentiate. Let's try to understand the differences in these emotions, because most people, I myself included, I was confusing these emotions. So let's try to understand them further, okay? We'll talk about dopamine. We'll talk about happiness, we'll talk about contentment, and we'll talk about joy, okay? What are the similarities, what are the differences, what do they mean, okay? So yes, there is number one, dopamine, or let's call it a chemical, let's call it a chemical slushy happening in your body. Don't confuse the chemical slushy happening in your body for happiness. Don't confuse it for contentment. Don't confuse it for joy. The chemical slushy is just something different altogether, okay? This is a short burst of overstimulated excitement or motivation, right? Something pushed you, something motivated you, something made you overstimulated to an extent that you were like, oh, yes, I want to do that. Yes, I have to do that. Yes, I'm so excited. Yes, I'm so motivated, right? Something gave you that gush of excitement, that gush of energy to say that yes, I want to do that, and I'm so excited for it. I'm looking forward to it, right? And it's short-lived. Once you have taken on the task that you've been motivated to take on by this slushy, it then just goes away. If you're a depressed person, you go back to depression. If you're an angry person, you go back to anger, as if there was never a spark of excitement, right? So that's a dopamine hit, right? And then happiness. What is happiness? Happiness is an emotional reaction to circumstances, like well-being, right? Oh, okay, I'm getting a notification there for my baby's school, okay? So yes, happiness is an emotion that results from well-being, holistic well-being. Are you financially stable? Are you emotionally grounded? Are you mentally stable? Are you psychosocially supported, right? When all of these things are in balance, when your livelihood is stable and comfortable and fine according to your standards, you experience what is called happiness, right? It's an emotion, it's a reaction to your surroundings or to your circumstances. Okay, so that's what happiness is. And then there is contentment, right? What is contentment? Contentment is the true acceptance. I think I'm going to post this one. I don't know, I'll think about it, right? So contentment is true acceptance of the present moment as enough, right? Even if you are not having the best meal of the day, even if you are not having the coldest of beverages, you are not enjoying the firest of meals, but the fact that you're alive and you're in this moment and you're feeling the breeze passing through your skin and you're just feeling life experiencing itself through you, and you're like, you know what, this is the whole point, right? This is it doesn't have to be luxurious, it doesn't have to be extra, but it's here, it's where I am, therefore I accept it as it comes, I love it for what it is, right? That is contentment. Though the surroundings or the circumstances may not be as woo as you had imagined them to be, but the fact that you are in the present moment, it's just enough. It's as perfect as it is, no matter how unbling bling it is, right? So that's contentment. But then joy. Joy is the gladness, delight, or appreciation of a certain purpose, right? It's what is called a purpose. When you are serving your soul purpose, the emotion you get from that, right? It's different from dopamine. Dopamine, it's an excitement from a certain stimulus, from a certain external stimulus, right? Maybe somebody applauded you, right, and told you that you're the best thing there ever was, right? That external stimulus made you react in excitement, right? And then with happiness, you are reacting to your environment, to your life. My life is comfortable, therefore I'm happy, right? And then contentment is when, even though my life is not comfortable, even though my environment is not as peaceful as I want it to be, but then the fact that I'm here and alive, it's fine, it's enough. This is just enough, right? And then joy. Joy comes from inside. It's the internal spark whereby your soul is saying, that is what I want, and you feel motivated that, okay, out of the blue, I don't know, there was no applause, nobody told me about this, but I feel like if I can do this, I can feel glad and I'd feel delighted and appreciation for myself, right? I'd feel like I've done something for me, even though the external world doesn't understand what I'm doing. Maybe they will even shun it and be like, Aibo, what kind of thing is that? Aibo, what's that? That is so barbaric, that is so immoral, right? They may label it, but you feel like it's an internal spark. It's something the I wants to do, to be glad and delighted and appreciative, right? That is joy. It's that thing. It's that thing you cannot explain to somebody else, because it's something that came from this thing we call a soul. Your essence, sparked by your essence. It's like your essence is applauding you. It's like dopamine. It's like the dopamine. It's exactly like dopamine, except with the dopamine part, it's an external validation. With joy, it's an internal validation. And with the dopamine part, it's short-lived. After you do whatever that was being applauded, that you were being applauded for, it goes away. Yet with joy, after you have done what you feel like your essence wants you to do, the experience, the delight, the gladness, the excitement, the peace lives on, right? So that's the difference. Okay, so yes, moving on. Okay. Moving on, what joy really is. Okay, so number one, joy is presence. Okay, feeling alive in the moment, even if life, even if life is messy. That's what joy is. It's just feeling alive in the moment, even if life is messy. So joy is the combination of dopamine, happiness, and contentment. However, the only difference now is that joy comes from within. Joy comes from your essence, comes from the soul, the spirit, whatever you choose to call it, but it's an internal spark, right? So it's presence, feeling alive in the moment, even if life is messy, right? Number two is resilience. The nervous system's reminder that delight can coexist with struggle, right? So yes, its joy is resilient in that matter, that even though you are still struggling, even though things are not going as planned, even though you are stressed, even though you feel depressed, joy is just that internal spark that says, I'm cooking something here. That says, even though currently I'm going through the valley of the shadow of death, there's just this knowing, there's just this feeling that it's not in vain, right? So joy, it's that spark, it's that internal spark, really. And then joy is also medicine. It repairs what stress erodes, right? Sometimes you may go through a stressful day, you're exhausted, you just don't feel like it, right? But then when that spark goes boom inside, that internal validation, that internal thing that we were speaking about goes, it soothes whatever stress had eaten up. It soothes up. So that's why we're here to encourage joy in the everyday, because if you don't cultivate joy, if you don't practice conscious joy, stress will eat you up until your nervous system is fried, and then you're going through a nervous system fatigue, which is fatal. It could be fatal in some instances. Okay, so yes, we're cultivating joy to prevent stress, depression, and overwhelm. Okay, so yes, joy is also rebellion, refusing to disappear under duty, right? Yes, we are here to, in fact, the three-dimensional realm, the physical realm, is a realm of work, always working, always expected, always sacrificial, always duty, all right, to an extent that when you rest or you refuse to participate, you are labeled as lazy, right? There's always an adverse label pinned onto you when you refuse to play the game of the hustle culture, right? So yes, joy is that rebellion of saying no. I'm refusing to disappear under duty. I'm reclaiming my essence, right? That is joy. So let's move on to practical joy rituals. What can you do to practice joy? Okay, number one, you can have micro joys, something that just gives you joy throughout the day. I think I mentioned this in my past live sessions, that I'm one person who's such a rebellious freak. I don't believe in stealing small pockets of the time during the day. A day has got like 24 hours, guys. So if you're telling me that I should have micro joys, which means I should have 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, like these tiny 5 minutes combined throughout the day, maybe are equivalent to 30 minutes out of 24 hours. I am the person who doesn't believe in that. I don't believe in micro or pocketed joys. I believe that every other thing that is out there should evolve around my joy. I bring the joy, and whatever is expected of me should evolve around the joy. If it's failing to evolve around the joy, then it's not meant to be in my orbit. Okay, so that's just my personal belief. But then if you feel like my belief is too far-fetched, or you're the person who believes in sacrifice. I was watching a video yesterday of some people who were just speaking about it was a debate per se between monogamy and polygamy, right? Not polygamy per se, but polyandry. Is it? Yeah. Okay. That's not the point. But the point is, it was a debate between mono and poly. Okay. So these people, the mono people, they said that it feels like poly people, they don't like the idea of sacrifice and what's the word they use, but it has to do with the fact that sometimes as a person you have to take up things you don't like so that you can grow, right? As if some sort of a sacrificing yourself helps you grow. If you don't sacrifice yourself, you remain stunted. It was something like that, the approach, right? So the other person said growth doesn't only come from sacrificing yourself, right? I'm okay with not sacrificing myself and growing in my own personal way, right? I'm that kind of person. I've forgotten though what it's called. I will, yeah, maybe when I remember it, I will come back next time and speak about it. But the former, the other one, whereby you believe that being sacrificial is honor, it's a badge of honor and all that, it's called stoicism, right? I've forgotten the opposite of it, whereby you believe that my happiness comes first. Whatever there is should orbit in my happiness. If it doesn't give me happiness or it compromises my joy, then it should get out of my orbit. I have other forms or other ways of growing except for being a martyr, right? That's so me. If that makes me a horrible person, then I'm taking that label with pleasure. Then it means I'm a horrible person, right? Exactly. So yes, yes, yes. What we're talking about practical joy rituals, okay? Here, according to my research, it says practice micro joys. For me, nothing should be micro. Anything that has to do with me and my responsibilities and my expectations, it shouldn't be micro. It should be my culture. It should be my base. It should be my foundation. Any other thing that has to come on top of that should conform to my joy. Okay? So, micro joys can be food, enjoying the food here and there, right? Sunlight, enjoying sunlight here and there, playing pieces of music you love here and there, taking a pause to just reflect here and there, okay? So yeah, they're saying it's micro joy. For me, I make sure that if washing dishes doesn't give me peace, then I will not do it, right? But if there is a way around, maybe if I can try to use a soap, right, a dishwashing soap that smells great and massages my hand, or maybe it makes my hand softer and they feel slimy and silky and glimmerish, right, then I would do it, right? So if there is a way around the rigidity of the task. For example, this person hates diaper change, the chore or the task called diaper change, right? They hate changing their baby's diapers. It's just not that they hate it like, I hate it, no. But it's just one of those things that are like, ish, it's taking a toll on me, right? So the best way to do that, instead of saying, I have to diaper change, now you are compromising your joy. Instead of that, rather you trick yourself into saying it's time for a dance, right? Where is my octopus? Where's my lovely octopus? Hello baby, there is my octopus. 1, 2, 3, octopus, right? Right, make sure that nothing compromises your joy, man. Right, try by all means to make sure that everything is aligned with. Oof, my laptop battery is low and Pella, we need it. I'm live today. Hold on. I'm going to get my laptop charger. I'm coming back, guys. Don't move. I'm coming back just now. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm back. My laptop just... Okay. Alright. Yes. I was just addressing finding joy. That's what I do personally. That's how I incorporate joy in every chore that I have. I make sure that I pretend as if it's something fun. But if there is no way around, if there is no way for it to be fun, even if I try to incorporate joys in it, then it has to fall off my orbit. It has to go away, right? That's just me personally. But do you, right? Each and every person is different. Some people feel like they are wearing a badge of honor when they press on, right? The harder it is, then the more right? I live in a world whereby they say that a woman is imbogodo. So yes, the harder it is, you find a person going to fetch water at the river, and as they are going, they are coming back home, and the bucket is extremely heavy. And when they get home, they're like, yeah, that's what a woman is. I'm like, a woman is what? Is suffering. A woman is a martyr. Make it make sense to me. Some things can never make sense to somebody else, but then they do make sense to you, okay? So yes, never you follow societal norms, and never you even listen to somebody you are watching on your phone, because they are just passing forth their opinion, their own beliefs, their own philosophies, whatever they are believing, whatever their philosophies lie. It is not cast in stone. Nothing is ever cast in stone, no matter how old the book you are reading it from is. Even if the book you are reading it from was written 10,000 years ago, it doesn't mean that it is what you have to do or it's what is right. There is nothing that is generically right in this world. No. It's just what was right in line with that person who happened to have written the book. Right? And there will be some people who resonate with that person 100%, but you can never resonate with the person 100%. No, that's not true. But then there are people who resonate with that person more than 90%, right? It doesn't mean that you are wrong and they are right. It just means that they are resonating with each other. So find your own thing, find your own path, right? So yes, don't even listen to me, right? You may even you may take what I'm saying and run with it, right? It's a race. It's a race of relay. I am passing you the baton to you. Then take the baton and run with it. Okay? If you are resonating with what I'm saying, don't take it at face value. Now pela soba, hey, that's what she said. That's what she said. No, take it, evolve it, and tailor make it to be tailor made for you. Whatever that means. But yeah, I know that you understand what I'm saying. So that's it for micro joys. And then you can also have shared joy, whereby you're dancing with your kids, right? Just having fun with your kids, laughing at chaos, right? Maybe somebody made a mess and now you have to clean up the mess. Firstly, it is overwhelming, yes. It is daunting to the core, yes. And it feels draining before you even do it, emotionally, physically, mentally, and otherwise, yes. But just laugh at the fact that it happened. Like, hey, Nancy Mishologa James, right? Just learn to laugh at the storm, right? So yes, laugh at chaos and celebrate small wins, right? I know that washing dishes for me is a mountain, but I was able to incorporate this soap, this bath bomb, that made it so vitalizing and fun, right? To an extent that I ended up finishing a pile of dishes without even noticing that it was a task, right? So celebrate that. I did the job. It's done. I changed the diaper without collapsing or without going through a certain mental breakdown. Celebrate that. right? It doesn't have to be huge, like you spring you spring cleaned, yeah, you spring cleaned the whole house. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be I cooked a 7 colors meal. It doesn't have to be that necessarily. Celebrate the small wins. I woke up today, I am breathing, I was able to finish my 2 liter of water, right? So make sure that you're celebrating what may be perceived as small by society. In short, exaggerate everything, wow everything, right? It helps you with incorporating joy. And then there is sacred joy, whereby you're just carving time. You don't compromise those time. You carve it, black or blue. You do it. Whether come hail or sunshine, it has to be done, right? Sometimes I even joke and say that even if you're in the middle of diaper change and the alarm goes boom 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 boom, it's time for you to enjoy your sacred joy. Leave it. Leave the diaper, leave the naked baby and be like, I'm gone. Coolio. Right? It's just a joke. You cannot do that. Rather finish the diaper and then go for it, right? So yeah, but what I'm trying to emphasize is the fact that it's non-negotiable. It has to be done, right? It's those kind of joys, the sacred joy, okay, whereby you're reading, praying, journaling, resting, or cleansing, whatever thing that you do that uplifts your soul, your spirit, your inner man, whatever you choose to call it, right? Do that without fail. Do not compromise on that one. Do not negotiate, okay? Also, when it comes to cleansing, by the way, if you want organic cleansers, maybe your organic teas, your aura cleansers, or bath cleansers, bathing, whatever you choose to call it, whatever you want to clean, whatever you want to use to cleanse, maybe cleanse your aura, cleanse your internal self, align yourself, but using these herbal concoctions to cleanse or align yourself, I am the plug for you. Just WhatsApp the number on your screen, okay? So yes. And then there's also something called community joy, right? Circles where mothers celebrate each other loudly, okay? Make sure you are in that kind of circle. Be it a friend, that one friend who celebrates motherhood loudly, or maybe a circle game, maybe of 5, 2, 3, 20, 100, it doesn't matter, but the aim should be uplifting each other, right? So find that space. I also offer that space. If you're interested, every Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. South African Standard Time, we hold these spaces, right? So if you feel like you don't have anybody to support you, we offer that support. Yes, it's virtual. Yes, it's not physical, but it does the part, because what we want, the aim here, is to uplift the internal man, is to uplift your soul, and yes, there are positive results. Okay, then the therapy bridge. Now we're addressing anxiety and depression, right? Because sometimes you may be going through anxiety and depression, and these may block the door to joy, okay? Anxiety and depression. Number one, what can help when you're living with anxiety and depression? You may name, first of all, name what's going on. I am feeling stuck. I am exhausted. I can't feel joy right now. Say it. Never you oppress and suppress anxiety and depression. It's not the way to go. You will explode. You will go into overwhelm, and it may be fatal, or the consequences may be very dire, right? So anxiety and depression are not to be oppressed. We live in a world whereby mental health is still not fully understood. But understand yourself first. You don't have to be understood by society for you to be validated. So understand yourself first. Never you oppress these things. Never you oppress anxiety and depression. Name it, call it out, so that and you face it. Because once it's out there, it loses control over you. Once it's out there and it's faced, it loses the strength it thinks it has, or it thought it had over you, right? Even you yourself, you feel like, oh, I can face it. Then if I can face it, it means it doesn't have power over me, right? It means it doesn't have any hold over me, right? So let's normalize naming negative emotions that lead to anxiety and depression. Once you name something, it loses hold over you. So name it. I am exhausted. I'm feeling exhausted, because once you say I am exhausted, it means that you are creating that for yourself, right? So yes, say I'm currently feeling exhausted. I'm currently feeling stuck. At the moment, I'm failing to feel joy, right? Name what is happening so that it loses hold over you. You remove the shame of not experiencing joy, because experiencing joy is a shame nowadays, but at the same time, experiencing joy is considered, it's a lot. You can never win as a woman, especially a mom, right? So yes, number one, naming it. Name it. Number two, validate. Validate what you are feeling. Once you've named it, validate it. I'm not failing. I'm just carrying invisible labor that overwhelms the nervous system, right? Validates that yes, I'm currently feeling stuck. Yes, I'm currently feeling exhausted. And yes, I'm currently not able to experience joy right now. But that doesn't mean that I'm failing. It just means that what I am carrying is invisible labor, and it's overwhelming my nervous system. There is nothing wrong with me. I'm just feeling that because of that. It's not my fault. So validate what you're feeling, and remove the guilt, remove the burden. It's not yours to carry. Okay? So witnessing is appearing again. Okay? So witnessing, vent to a trusted person who can be your container. Contain this thing. Don't let it eat you up. Spit it out there and let it be contained somewhere outside of you, right? And most people confuse witnessing with burdening, right? When you are burdening somebody, you are saying, let me make an example. When you say, you know what, I'm feeling stuck, right? What can I do? You are burdening the person. But when you say that, you know what, I'm currently feeling stuck and I don't know what to do, maybe you end there. It's not burdening, because you're not saying that the person should fix you, right? I don't even want to address the part when you're saying that I am feeling stuck. I don't know what to do, but I know that I'm not failing. I am just carrying a lot such that my nervous system is overwhelmed. That is venting. That is proper venting, not what people nowadays do. And the people nowadays just go like, hey, I don't have man. What should I do? Hey, no, playing victim mentality. Hey, I can't have a job. Oh, the government is betraying us. Ha, 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 ha. Victim mentality. You are burdening the person with your uncontrolled sorrow, right? What you have to do is, yes, be sorrowful, but then your sorrow should be contained. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, right? Don't burden the next person. Vent. Let me use the analogy of a container of sour milk, right? When there's a container of sour milk, the milk is fermenting, right? If you don't open it on time, it may burst and cause a mess, right? So what you're doing when you're venting to somebody, you are opening that container, like, pss, 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 let it breathe, right? But when you are burdening the person, you are just opening it at a go and spilling everything on them, right? So don't do that. In as much as you are going through something, consider the next person's nervous system, okay? You know what? I'm feeling stuck. I don't know what to do. But I know that whatever I'm going through is not my fault. I'm not failing, right? Don't then ask the person to fix you. That's when it's then considered burdening. Okay. So yes, witnessing, vent to a trusted person who can be your container. Okay. The first act of joy is refusing to lie about your pain. Ooh, fire. That's fire. Then let's address the history of joy denial, right? How did this thing come about of people saying that, hey, be sacrificial, be a martyrdom, right? Of denying joy. How did it come about, right? So for centuries, motherhood is framed as sacrifice, not celebration. I said it in my previous life that we live in a world whereby when you announce your pregnancy, most of the time people will say condolences. Yes, they're saying congratulations, yes, but then deep down they're like, how is she going to afford the baby? How is she right? The people congratulate you because they know that you have propelled humanity forward, but there's that underlying, how is she, oh, what has she done, oh, she has brought a burden unto herself, right? Motherhood is not celebrated anymore. It is framed as a sacrifice than it is framed a celebration, right? Culture taught mothers to equate joy with selfishness, right? At least you get to change the diaper. At least you get not to sleep at night, right? As if the struggles of motherhood are what you should be enjoying, right? So they equate joy as selfishness. Culture has taught mothers to equate joy with selfishness, to equate pleasure with neglect, as if you should be finding pleasure in the fact that you haven't taken a bath for the past 3 days. You've sacrificed your own hygiene so that you can take care of your home and your children. And they're like, wow, that's where a woman gets her purpose, her pleasure. And when you feel down and devastated by this, it's like you are the crazy one. Yet, no, it's culture. Culture taught mothers to equate joy with selfishness, to equate pleasure with neglect, right? So mothers learned to suppress joy. And while this joy is suppressed, there is nobody comforting her. There is nobody who is there for her. There is nobody who's picking up what she couldn't. There is nobody who's sharing the load with her. And after these so many nobodies, it's still not acknowledged. Nobody's like, we see you, we appreciate it. It's just pure silence. And then they fill the silence with guilt. Am I not doing enough? Maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe, right? Nobody said we see you. Nobody is helping her. Nobody is supporting her. So she's feeling that nobodiness with guilt. That, oh, maybe it's my fault. Maybe there's something I'm doing wrong. Right? So yes. When in actual sense they should be feeling that silence with laughter. Like, hey, motherhood. Hey, hey, ha, hey. Right? So yes. For now, that's what they should fill it with laughter. Just laugh at the storm, right? Sometimes laughing at the storm is a new wave of faking it till you make it. Fake joy until it's real, right? That's another thing you can do if truly you are out of options. Okay? So yes. What was I? Yes, mothers learned to suppress joy. They filled the silence with guilt instead of laughter. So let's bust some myths, shall we? Number one, there is a myth that says joy must be earned after all duties are complete. After you've completed everything, then you must enjoy. That's false. Joy is fuel, not a reward, right? You should have joy to be able to do the duties. Okay, so no, myth busted. Myth number 2 says that children's happiness matters more than yours. Right? False. Wrong. No. Children thrive when they see their mother thriving. I also fell a victim of this myth, right? You would find myself that every time I get an amount of money, just a tiny amount of money, I'd buy something for my kids. Oh, if my kids could have this. Oh, if my kids could have that. And I ended up having nothing to call my own. All my shoes are old. All my clothes are tattered and torn. But every time I have that small amount of money, I'm thinking of getting something new for my kids. And it's something I learned recently. I didn't know. I bought shoes. Few days back, I bought new shoes. I was like, you know what? I understand that my kids need this and this and this and that. The list can never end. So let me just carve an amount and just consciously buy new shoes for myself, right? And when I got home with my shoes, they're like, wow, mommy, you bought yourself shoes. They're so pretty. How do you feel? You must be so happy. We are so happy for you. We are happy that you are happy. I was like, what the is happening right now? Nobody told me about this, right? So, these are the kind of things that we do without knowing what we are doing, okay? So you may think that, no, they will appreciate me doing things for them more than they will appreciate me doing things for myself. Yet no, I will always say this in every live we make in line with this motherhood program. The fact that your aura is what is feeding your children. Your aura is what is making your children survive, right? So if your aura is filled with, I will sacrifice, that's what your children are ingesting. Sacrifice. They will grow up to be people pleasers, and you're like, where did I go wrong? Oh, my kids, I feel for them. Yet it's what you fed them. Because remember, a relationship between mother and child is not only verbal. What you say to them, yes, it contributes, but it's only the tip of the iceberg. It's only 10% of the whole makeup of your child. Yes, you may tell them, you are good, you are brave, you are wonderful, you are this and this and that. Your verbal affirmations, yes, 10% good. But there are these things you say without words, your emotions, your nervous system, which makes up your aura. The literal thing that they eat without their mouth, they eat it directly from the gut. That's your aura. So when you are a mother and you're always stressed and you're always depressed and you're always being sacrificial, that's what they're eating. They're eating stress, they're eating depression, they're eating sacrifice. Then you wonder how and why they came out the way that they came out. It's not because you failed, it's because you are carrying a lot. The systems we are mothering under, they are not conducive for motherhood. So be rebellious. Find joy even in the midst of this whole doom life called three-dimensional realm. We're living under patriarchy, under toxic patriarchy. Modern day patriarchy is toxic masculinity. We're living under patriarchy, toxic masculinity, and capitalism. And none of those systems are good for motherhood. But then fight. Don't be a victim. It's okay to be a victim, yes, but then don't be stuck in victimhood. Because remember, you are subconsciously and quantumically feeding souls, feeding the next generation that will exactly replicate what was fed to them. You are what you eat. Then feed them what you want them to become. Not through just the verbal route, but through the quantum route. What do you think of yourself? What do you believe of yourself? Who do you think you are in line with this home you are in? What are your beliefs? What are your principles? What are your philosophies? In your corner, what really drives you to do things? What really do you believe when nobody is watching? That's what you're feeding the babies. That's what you're feeding your home, your environment, and everything outside or within your aura, the circumference of your aura. So yes. And the last myth is joy is indulgence. That's why at the end they say that you are lazy or you are selfish when you start choosing yourself, or when you start choosing joy, the spark that is inside of you. When you start following that, they label you names. They call you lazy, they call you selfish, they call you a burden, they call you all that. They call you useless and parasitic and all of those things because you've decided to choose yourself. Okay, so they call joy indulgence. That's the culture, that's the society. However, joy is medication for the nervous system, right? A woman's body is already working constantly around the clock, 24/7, 365. A woman never rests even before motherhood. The menstrual cycle is a job. Just because it's not paid or acknowledged doesn't mean it's not a job. It's a job whereby you are absorbing every negative entity or every negative stress there is in your aura. And when the blood is coming out, it means that you are cleaning your system like a sponge. You are cleaning out every negative energy that you've been absorbing in the past 3 weeks plus. And also that very same blood is some sort of a blood sacrifice, whereby you are telling every entity in your vicinity that do not siphon the energy of the people living in this aura. Let's say maybe your aura moves up until this circumference, right? So in this circumference, TikTok and the puzzle. It's because today I'm not having any viewers on TikTok, so I don't have anybody tapping for me. Truly, I'm thinking of not going live on TikTok anymore. It's a bit draining because I don't have any viewers on TikTok. Right. So, what was I saying? The blood sacrifice. It's just like the blood sacrifice that they do in other cultures, because when they are sacrificing that animal or whatever, spilling blood, they believe that they are appeasing or removing any negative energies that siphon your energy as a human being. So imagine if there is a woman in this home and there are 4 people living in this home. Her shedding blood is literally telling these entities that I have given birth to Mother Nature. I have sacrificed my life force. So don't siphon the energies of the people living around me, because I have literally sacrificed for them. I've died for them. Right? So already a woman is doing an enormous amount of labor in the background in line with the menstrual cycle. So it's a lot of stressors, and on top of that, in this day and age, they're still expected to be providers and protectors. Men are expecting 50-50 now. If there's one thing I hate, is that, we'll talk about it some other day, don't even want to start a topic on that shit. I call it as it is. Well, excuse my French, but I'm pissed by this 50-50 nonsense. Because a man is never there when the woman is busy doing the cleanup in the spiritual realm, using her energy, using her blood. A man is never there to hold, to shed the load 50-50. Then I don't even want to address when the very same woman has given forth life, children in the home. How much energy she has put in. It's energy that you cannot pay up using physical money, because it's work she has done for billions and billions of light years. She has traveled billions and billions of light years to go and retrieve this new soul and bring it into the physical realm. So if you can equate that amount of time worked with physical money, How much would be owed to this woman? It's you can't even, because it's billions and billions of light years. This person has worked billions and billions of light years. Equate that to money. Oh, son, you can never. But at the same time, you want that very person who's working in the background for your benefit, even to help you 50-50, to go 50-50 with you. Man, pick up yourselves. Man up. Truly. I was saying that joy is not indulgence. Joy is medicine for the nervous system, especially if you're a woman. You're already doing enough. So resting or carving joy is not indulgence. It's medicine for your nervous system. You need to regulate your nervous system. Already it's doing a lot of unacknowledged labor. You don't need to add on pushing through. No. So yes, let's summarize the hell out of this thing. I hope it won't switch off Facebook. The last time I tried it, it didn't switch it off. So let's see. Okay, so let's summarize the hell out of this thing. Oh God, my voice is gone. Hi Pulanala. Hi everybody. Oh my God. Yo. Today I was pissed. Okay. Why am I fixing myself? Okay. So today we were on week 20 and we're talking finding joy in the everyday. Our session theme summary reads, this week is about rediscovering delight in the ordinary. Joy isn't reserved for milestones. It's hidden in routines, giggles, quiet moments, and small wins. When motherhood feels heavy, joy becomes the light that guides you back to yourself. Wow. The chapter we're going to take this from is adulthood and independence. Building a self-authored life. It reads, adulthood begins not with age, but with authorship. It's the moment a person stops living by default and starts living by design. For many, this shift is quiet, an internal decision to question, rewrite, and reclaim. It's not rebellion for rebellion's sake. It's the recognition that inherited beliefs, roles, and expectations no longer fit. The self-authored life is not about rejecting everything. It's about choosing what stays and what goes. It's about becoming the narrator of your own story. Wow. The gist of this whole thing is living from alignment invites joy without condition. And what is our quote for today? Our quote reads, joy isn't something you chase, it's something you notice. Ooh, baby. Oh, that's so fire. That's so fun. Anyways, that's it from me for today. If you're interested in joining my motherhood group, just WhatsApp the number on your screen. And if you want to join us every Friday, yes, we always gather here every Friday, 1 p.m. South African Standard Time. Excuse me. Every Friday, 1 p.m. South African Standard Time. And if you want to learn how to make these earrings, WhatsApp the number on your screen. If you have any questions, WhatsApp the number on your screen. Just WhatsApp the number on your screen. Anyways, thank you for being there. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, TikTok. So yes, bye, TikTok.